Hi, this is John, and guys, we got him. So I just came back from the party. Well, just came back's not the right word. Came back last night, very exhausted, but very, very happy and very, very excited. Because we finally got the cards right before the party. I sleeved them up, put into my customized box, and wow, people's response to it was incredible. I knew this, like I said, this card game was invented when I was in high school. So we played around it in high school already. And I knew people liked it in high school, but during high school, the cards were very, very confusing, very, very complicated. So Dhruv and I actually worked on to make Buado much more streamlined. And when I went to the party at Kyle's place, great place by the way, fantastic environment and kind of out of nowhere, but it was like right in the middle of a field of farming field, which surprised me. But the inside looked fantastic. Yeah. Anyways, so Kyle and the group, they really liked the game, and like similar to how my mom, when she played the game, of course I forced my mom to play the game with me because I wanted to see what kind of people would enjoy it or will be able to play with. So she played it. She actually, on the first game, she didn't know anything. Second game was hardest, and the third game she picked it up and she was starting to be very, very strong and very, very aggressive. So I knew that means if my mom can play it, then everybody else can probably play it as well. So when I went to this party, it was the same thing. The first game, everybody had a hard time because they had to learn a lot of new cards at once. Second game was the worst. Like, it was a lot longer and people didn't know what to do. People had to read through the cards, so it was very, very slow and very, very energy draining. But the third game, everybody enjoyed it. Everybody liked it. And to the point where there were two couples, they all wanted to split up and be on their own team. So it went from a three-player game to a 5-player game, which was fantastic because I can see how aggressive everybody are. And I have to say, man, girls, man, you guys really like to kill each other. I'm kidding, but not really. You guys are wow. But yeah, so everybody was playing the game, and I didn't expect them to want to play a game after the second one because I knew everybody was tired. But after some drinking, playing some other thing, they're like, I want to play another game. And then everybody's like, yeah, let's play another game. And I think we got it. I think the game is really, really fun. Obviously, I immediately went to Dhruv and said, hey, dude, the response was great. It was awesome. I think people liked the game. And it was a lot easier for people to pick it up as we thought it would be. And then, of course, we started talking about the slight rule changes after watching some people play. Some of the kings are way too strong. And we'll fix that as well. The kings are the only ones that we have to balance. But yeah, and then we started talking about the equipment. So I told you guys about the equipment cards. Once you have enough honey, you pretty much come to the game with a king and a couple equipment cards. So we were thinking about how to make that work, and we were just wondering if people would find that too complicated. But during the response, I asked people around after the game. They said that they would love to have equipment cards because right now in the game, aside from your king, it's very, very chance-based. It's a party game in general, so people really like the party aspect of it, but they wanted a little bit more control. So I let Dhruv know about this, and then we're going to start working on the equipment cards once we can. In terms of Brave Eduardo side, obviously I think this will be the card game will be a very motivational thing for Dhruv and me as well to continue making the game. I showed my grandma, she really liked the card as well. She patiently looked through each one, and I told her that every single character in those cards will be in Brave Eduardo, the actual game itself. So she was like, wow, I'm very impressed. And she said something in Taiwanese that's a little bit hard to translate, but in general, she was very impressed that I can draw things without looking at stuff, which I don't know if it's exactly true, because I definitely used some reference image to draw. But in general, I'm very happy that she's proud of it. So yeah, so I think that for this week, I'm going to start working on the next scene of Brave Eduardo in the demo. So once you leave the cave, the beginning tutorial cave, you're going to start going to the city. And Dhruv wrote a fantastic part about how the Eduardo will meet someone by the club, or by the bar, and that's probably going to be what I'll be working on. I also animated Clementine. Clementine has some extra animation by herself because she uses a spear. So I made that into a template, so in the future we'll be able to have spear-wielding bears. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to tell you guys. But yeah, that's generally it for this week. I'm gonna hope that I'll be able to do week 100 in the way that I wanted to, but it will be a surprise for you guys, and I'm not gonna promise anything because it's been very crazy, and I hope I'll be able to record it this coming week in a way that you guys will find interesting. So yeah, that'll be it, and I'll see you guys next week.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true fan and listens to the end. You are both. You shall find us here